Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. You guys are currently looking at Dennis James take Big Ramy through a back day. And no, Big Ramy is not over in the States early. They're actually over training in Dubai. And as you guys know, Andrew Jack is over there as well, Sergio Oliva Jr. So hopefully Ramy is able to run into those guys, especially Andrew Jack. You know, maybe we get to see those guys side by side. But Big Ramy is definitely working. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Ramy's training style. I would like to see him do reps a little bit more slow and control. But I'm pretty sure Big Ramy and Dennis James know what they're doing. And hopefully we get to see the best version of Big Ramy in December. Now switching over to Michal Krizo, who posted this up on his story the other day. Krizo actually has a pretty good back. But once again, he is standing by himself in the gym. And once he's next to some top level pros, may not look as good. But back does look pretty good here. Lat insertion's pretty clean. And his shoulders always look great from any angle. And I actually grabbed this from Krizo's YouTube channel. If you guys aren't subscribed, it is Krizo in all caps. Just so you guys can actually see the amount of mass he does have on the back. But we will be seeing Krizo compete in just 6 weeks at the Amateur Olympia, where he will be attempting to get his pro card. And going back to Dubai, these are the latest training updates from Andrew Jack ahead of this Arnold Classic UK. And do you guys think he should actually do this show, or do you think he should pull out until this year's Mr. Olympia? A lot of people say he doesn't necessarily need this show. You know, he already proved what he can bring to the stage. He should just shut it down for this year's Olympia. But all eyes are on Andrew going into this Arnold Classic UK because he did promise that he will be better than what he was in Texas. And switching over to Brett Wilkin, these are the latest updates from him. And Brett has definitely put on some size, guys. Look at the size of his head. Almost similar to how Nick Walker's head seemed to be shrinking when he was putting on so much size. But for Brett to be a narrow guy, he actually pulls off a pretty good front leg spread. And just taking a look at Brett in the offseason, I wouldn't think he was that narrow. But Brett did say he will be competing before the year is over, probably hopping the Romania Pro. And if he's able to win a show, he will be at this year's Olympia. And this was some recent training footage put up by Regan Grimes, who said he is still in growing mode. And how do you guys think Regan is going to do at this year's Olympia? Just from his social media presence, he doesn't seem as motivated around the time as last year once he did Legion in Prague. Maybe lost a bit of steam at the Boston Pro and the Arnold Classic. As you guys know, Regan did have the virus when prepping for those shows, but he had already committed, so he still wanted to do them. But hopefully Regan is able to bring the best version of himself to the stage this year. And I'm not sure why he isn't working with Milos as far as his in-person coaching. I know that they still work together, but he always seems to be training with other guys, which doesn't make much sense to me because Milos is an incredible trainer. And in the next update of the day, these are the latest updates from Justin Rodriguez, who is definitely in prep. Now, Justin is in top 3 for points going into this year's Olympia, so there's a possibility that he just went ahead and started prepping. The only guy I can see passing him is Steve Kuklo, and we're not 100% sure if Kuklo is going to do another show or not. But Justin could very well be prepping for a show. But I'm excited to see him hop on stage. Justin was 8th at last year's Olympia, so you can't count him out, guys, and he probably has one of the best backs in the open class today. And switching over to Akim Williams, who put this up on his story. And going into this year's Mr. Olympia, a lot of people should have Akim Williams on their radar. People talk about beating Big Ramy, Nick Walker, William Bonac. Akim Williams placed 9th last year, and I think a lot of people are going to struggle to get past this guy. A lot of these guys want to play the small waist game, but Akim also can play their game as well, and he has some incredible mass. So watch out for Akim Williams. He's going to be a very hard guy to beat at this year's Mr. Olympia before you can even get to the top guys. And Akim could very well be in that mix, you know. He isn't the best from the back, as we all know, but he is one of the most muscular guys on that stage and one of the only guys that could probably stack up mass-wise or close to mass-wise with Big Ramy. And these are the latest updates from Marc Hector ahead of this Arnold Classic UK. Now, how do you guys think he's going to place? I've been hearing either people say it's going to be between Andrew and James or it's going to be between Andrew and Martin. But could Marc Hector be a guy to get in the mix? I've also heard a couple guys say Martin won't even be in the top 4, but we're not even going to discuss that. But personally, I see Marc Hector stacking up the best against James Hollingshead. But James did put up some recent footage on his YouTube channel. And I don't know, man, but this Arnold Classic UK is definitely going to be a very exciting show. And speaking of the Arnold Classic UK, these are the latest updates from Jamie the Giant Johal, who is coached by Milos Sarcev. And now Jamie has actually put on a bit of size since last year, seems to be filling out this massive frame even more. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he's 6'5". I'm excited to see this guy hop on stage. I'm always excited to see big guys that come in condition. also like Morgan Asty. And switching over to Quinton Eriya, who posted these up today, and these are not recent, this was actually from peak week for Tampa or Texas. Quinton looks incredible, man, just the shape, the structure, the silhouette. He definitely needs to put on a bit more size. He actually said he may not compete in 2023. He may actually hold off to 2024. And Mark's Max Muscle actually put out a video comparing him over the past 2 years, and a lot of people were saying how he hasn't made that many improvements. Now, it's well known that he works with Dorian Hamilton, and Quinton definitely likes to take things slow. And a lot of people actually talk about him for that, for him wanting to take things slow and focus on his health. So Quinton may not get to where everyone wants him to get as fast as they want him to get there, but Quinton will achieve all of his goals eventually, and I have no problem with him wanting to take it slow. And in the next update of the day, courtesy of Buys and Tries over on Instagram, Petar Klancir recently underwent surgery to repair his torn bicep. Now, Petar actually placed 5th at this year's Cali Pro. Was a lot of hype going into this guy, and I believe at the Portugal Pro he took a 3rd place placing. But he said he will be focusing on his legs as well as his midsection while he repairs his bicep. And we are all wishing Petar a speedy recovery. He actually said he had the same injury on the other arm and it was able to recover 100%. So hopefully he will recover 100% with this arm. Now, switching over to Kamal Elgargni, these are the latest updates from him. And from the way Kamal has been talking lately, it sounds like he's going to do the 212 this year. And I'm not sure if he's still going to do that Ronnie Coleman Pro Show in the open division, or if he's going to go ahead and shut it down. Now, Kamal had 2 incredible showings. At the Tampa Pro, he placed 2nd to Akim Williams, so I'm pretty sure after that he was like, okay, I can go into open. I can shake some things up. You know, Akim was 9th. And after taking that 4th place placing in Texas, I personally think Kamal felt like he would be more competitive in the 212 division. You know, Kamal has an incredible physique top to bottom, always one of the most conditioned guys on stage, but in the end, he was competing in men's open bodybuilding where mass will prevail, as long as the next man is in good enough condition. Now, switching over to Elliot Dermond, who is about 13 weeks out from NPC Nationals, maybe 14. No one is still talking about this guy. This guy looks incredible. Honestly reminds me a lot of last year's NPC Nationals winner, Carlos Thomas Jr. And I'm pretty sure this guy is going to get his pro card as long as he's able to come in condition. But I haven't seen many back updates from him, so he may need to bring the back up. This guy just stacked with mass. Look from shoulder to shoulder in his front leg spread, but let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this guy's physique, and is he going to turn pro this year? Now, ending this video here in my archive of the day, and as always, you guys let me know in the comment section below who are these 2 legendary bodybuilders, and even better if you guys can name the year in the show as well. As always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.